Yo, what's going down, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your homie Jay Green back with another review, and right now I'm finna give y'all my thoughts and feelings on the brand new Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien film, Send Help. Now, this movie was directed by the great Sam Raimi, and it was written by Damian Shannon and Mark Swift. Now, these are the same two cats that brought us classics like Baywatch, the 2009 Friday the 13th, and Freddy vs. Jason. Yikes. Now, for all of y'all out there who have no idea what Send Help is all about, we are basically following Rachel McAdams' character, who has an insufferable boss played by Dylan O'Brien. They're on their way to Japan for a big business deal when their plane goes down, and now these two are the only survivors in this plane crash, stranded on this beautiful tropical island. And now the tables have turned, and Rachel McAdams' character is the one with the upper hand and all the knowledge of survival, whereas Dylan O'Brien's character is basically injured, helpless, and desperately clinging to her for survival. Now, what enticed me about this movie in the first place was, one, Sam Raimi, but two, the idea that these two are stranded on the island, and Rachel McAdams' character, who is once dumped on like every day at work, is now the one that this dude has to rely on for survival, right? And maybe, just maybe, that because of the way that their relationship was in the workplace, he's trying to carry that ish onto this island, and she gonna let him know, look, you got another thing coming if you're gonna talk to me like that. And eventually starts to go a little crazy, and maybe now he's on the run from this villainous chick. A little bit, yes, but not so much. Now, off the top, I thought that this movie was quality. This movie was fun, it was entertaining, and it was a bit suspenseful, and there was a little bit of mystery and anxiety in regards to how far Rachel McAdams' character is willing to take it in order to A, get what she wants, and then B, make sure that this fool is putting some respect on that name.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Stop playing with my fucking name.
And before I get into some of the things that really didn't work for me with this film, let me give y'all some of the things that did. One, I thought that Sam Raimi's direction in regards to showcasing how she's getting dumped on at work, kind of building us into the suspense of, all right, how's it about to go down? How's she gonna flip the tables when he finally end up on this island? I thought was great. The setup was nice. It was a little heavy-handed at times, but still gave us a couple of good laughs. The plane crash was dope, and some of the deaths of the employees that were definitely giving her a hard time was fun, entertaining, nice to see. Her overcoming specific trials and tribulations on the island, building this out, showing this dude who's boss in one way or another. Those things were fun, entertaining, yes. And then overall, the way that the movie kind of ends and comes to a conclusion, a little bit of an aha moment, if you will, keeping it as spoiler-free as I can, was kind of a bit of a, oh shit, didn't expect that. Between Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams, the acting was phenomenal throughout the entire film. I thought that their chemistry was great chemistry in the sense that this dude's a jerk, she's a chick trying to get some respect, and maybe he has a little bit of a crush on dude. I believe that interaction when it was written well into the story that we're watching. And while Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams do have basically even amounts of screen time, this movie is Rachel McAdams' movie, hands down, right? And I thought that she carried it on her back quite well with her ability to play two separate type characters, right? All in one. She's playing kind of a ditzy, goofy, charming in a way, girl next door that just wants to be liked and respected. But when she needs to take it up a notch, you definitely believe that she's able to do some of the things that she's doing in this film. And I'm gonna give Dylan O'Brien the same type of love. This dude plays a dick that acts like he has everything together and he could give two squirts of piss less about this woman. But when his character is vulnerable and is scared and is in pain, you believe every bit of it coming off of Dylan O'Brien. His facial expression, his eyes, his emotions, they sell everything. And I thought that from the direction of Sam Raimi throughout the entire film, the story at hand, the little pieces that it was giving me, and the acting and the chemistry from both of these two, great film. Good on that part. Now, on the flip side of that coin, the things that I really wasn't feeling was that I am a fan of strong women in film. And I say that because while Rachel McAdams' character, Linda, was a strong woman in this film and ran shit in this film, yes, her primary motivations were not just to get respect for herself, but apparently, and without great development, it was because she had a crush on this dude and she wanted to be with him and she wanted to stay on the island with him. You dig what I'm saying? So the fact that that was the motivation for everything, in a sense, when the trailer would lead us to believe that she's taking her power back because she's getting diminished every day in the workplace, I feel was kind of a bait and switch. And to me, that wouldn't fly. I would have rather had it stay where she's getting ished on and she's about to revolt and be like, look, bruh, it ain't going down like that. I'm the fucking captain now. You know what I'm saying? And so when they kind of flipped it and started to kind of turn it more into her having a crush on dude and really hoping that she could be with dude, you know what I mean? I kind of felt like that wasn't really developed, number one. And then number two, it kind of diminishes her being a strong, independent female doing it for herself. She's doing it for him. But then it'll flip back and forth. And I kind of wish that the movie stuck in one lane, right? If she's not getting respect at the office, and then now they're on the island, and now she's the boss with all the knowledge and the abilities to get them off of the island, but then maybe she takes it a little bit too far, and that's where we kind of see in the trailer, she's all like, I like to hunt, I'm bloodthirsty, and all this type of stuff that is alluded to, which is not present in the film, right? I wish it kind of stayed there and turned into a bit of a Kathy Bates Misery meets Castaway type of situation. If I think all the way back to 2022, there was a movie that came out with Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, had a little cameo from Brad Pitt called Lost City. Now that movie was a fun romantic comedy romp, right? She's basically a book writer. She has these fantasies. They get lost on this island. Things happen. Everything in that movie, the tone fit with the movie set up from the very beginning. With this one, it sets it up in a comedic way how she's getting clowned on, right? The trailer sets it up that it's going to be suspenseful. It's going to take a dark, twisted turn. And yes, it does. But again, because that dark, twisted turn was really about her affection for the boss, not necessarily gaining respect, or at least that wasn't at the forefront, it kind of pulled me out of the film. That's all I'm saying. Didn't necessarily work for me. Not so much to the point where I didn't enjoy the film, I did, but it was something that I was kind of like, I really kind of wish that they had stayed in that one lane that the trailers kind of alluded to, because I thought it would have been super dope to see her really kind of going after dude, doing some real torturous-ish to dude, and him trying to survive in the midst of her lunacy and mayhem. That looked really fun. And knowing what Sam Raimi can put to film in regards to blood, guts, along with kind of the campiness, that's what I was really hoping for. But I feel like I only got shades and glimpses of that. At the end of the day, I think this was a pretty good watch at the theater. My audience definitely laughed out loud a couple of times. I know I was cringing and like almost closing my eyes in a couple of scenes. There's some nasty shit in here, and it's funny and gross all at the same time. So that was fun. But I do feel like this movie missed the mark a little bit on, one, could have given us a little bit more of a hardcore message. Two, could have built out the story and her motivations just a little bit more to keep it a bit more grounded in the realm that you were trying to create, the realm that you were trying to show us. But if you're a Rachel McAdams fan, if you're a Dylan O'Brien fan, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this one. So I would definitely say check it out in the theater. But if you're super busy, you could wait for this one on streaming. Yo, I hope it gave you enough knowledge and insight to know if this movie is going to be for you, or if at bare minimum it's worthy of a trip to the theater, or if it's something you might want to wait for on streaming. Have you seen the trailer for this movie? Were you already planning on checking it out? Have you checked it out? Comment below, let me know. Or let me know your favorite stranded type film. A movie where someone's getting stranded on an island in the desert, whatever, and they gotta fight for survival to get back to civilization. Your homie, Jay Green, I'm out.